and I had one bad knockout in training as well. That was with Zabit. Other than that, I've been pretty good and fortunate that my career has been the way it is. And to make the money I have, buying the properties I have, I just want to set myself up in my future and walk out of this shit, kind of like Sayudo did on this high horse. And peace, I'm out.
No, it's smart. You got to have a plan outside of the cage. When did you mentioned the Zabit thing just quickly? When did that happen? I wasn't aware of that.
That was after I lost to a Sunshine. That was back in February 2017.
Oh, it was a while
back.
Dude,
I didn't know who the fuck he was, and I didn't know how big he was. Mark Henry was telling me how light he was. He didn't know how light he was. He was like, he's only about 170. I was like, okay, I'm about 62. I can go with him today. I was on the lighter side, but whatever. And I never knew who he was. The guy's a fucking ninja. He comes out throwing all these side kicks, these hook kicks, and then he throws, second round, he throws a spinning back, a 360 round kick, and I close my eyes and duck my head and fucking kicks me, wraps around the back of my neck, and I was like, I didn't go out, but I was definitely fucked up. It was I didn't see the kick coming and landed flush on the back of my neck, and I got it on video, man. It's pretty nasty, but hopefully Mark Henry leaves that in the archives and never puts that out to the light of day.
Yeah, exactly.
Burns in a title fight. I don't think he's got much of a following. I want to know where Jorge Masvidal is. He's got all this momentum from the Nate Diaz fight, and I want to see him in the cage. He's one of the UFC's biggest superstars. You put him in there against Marty for title, and you're gonna create some really good business even without the live gate.
Well, the rumors are that is what is going to be happening. I guess kind of what I've been hearing, got my ear down to the ground, is that both of them thought they had a potential of getting the Conor McGregor fight, and so that was kind of why they were hesitant to fight each other. This is Marty and George, and so now Marty and George are going to fight each other. To me, that says kind of that Conor's the odd man out, because then we already know Gaethje and Khabib are going to fight each other.
Cody, how you doing? Good to have you on the show. And obviously, I know you have a heavy heart. So on behalf of Junkie Nation, MMA Junkie, Goes, and myself, our thoughts and prayers with you and your family. I know you have some bad news that you just shared with us right now, but again, man, our condolences, our deepest condolences.
Yeah, it's super heavy on my heart. I lost a little brother last week. My heart is absolutely broken. I don't even know. Like, there's no words. There's nothing I can say or think that makes it any better. But my mind is sharp. That kid loved watching me fight. He's got to be one of my biggest fans. So, I'm focused on the fight. This isn't taking my focus. If anything, it's fuel for the fire. And I'm looking forward to being the absolute best version of myself Saturday night.
I feel like this fight should have been for the vacant title. I feel like after Cejudo retired, they should have just made this fight easy 1 month later for the vacant title. Why isn't it for the vacant title?
I don't know. I think Sandhagen's resume is better than Petr Yan's. Honestly, he beat a Sunshine, beat Lineker. Who'd Petr Yan beat? The one common opponent that we had was Jimmy Rivera, and I think I beat him way more definitively than he did, and he's the one getting the push. He beat a guy who just came out of retirement, Uriah Faber. No disrespect to Uriah, but the old Uriah would take that shot and keep coming forward. But this is a different day and age. Father Time is undefeated, so for them to be giving him this kind of a push, it's really, I don't know the lack of better words. I guess a slap in the face, maybe just disrespectful to the entire division and the body of work that we're putting in. But at the end of the day, we can only control what we can do, which is going out there and performing and having a great fight. So I think I go out there and take care of Corey Sandhagen. I should be the next guy in line.
Have you been told that if you win this fight, you will finally get a chance to fight for the belt?
No, but I mean, I just can't see anybody else. Where they're gonna have Frankie come down, fight Pedro, and then if Frankie wins, he gets the next shot. Or if Garbrandt beats a Sun Tzu, he comes back and gets the next shot. What are we talking about? Like I don't know. Anything can happen. It's the UFC. It's Dana White, and he does some pretty questionable things sometimes with the vision. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully they do the right thing and get the UFC back to being what made the UFC great. The best guys fighting the best guys while they're in their prime. Not that boxing shit where guys are avoiding each other for years and they're not making the tough fights that are the rightful fights based on the rankings. This is the one that needs to happen. So whoever wins this is going to be myself versus whoever wins that between Peter Yan and Jose Aldo.
Every previous bantamweight and featherweight women's champion. So, Amanda, what is driving you at this point?
I love to do this. This is the thing driving me. I love this sport. I don't know anything else like what I want to do. I wanted to do this. I wanted to be an MMA athlete, and this is driving me. I love this sport. I love to do what I do. And I got all my dreams coming true. Everything that I have was because of this sport. And I just enjoy at this point, Enjoy being the champion and enjoy training, because training is a part of me. If I'm not going to go to the gym, if I'm not training, that day I'm not going to be good. My body not going to react very well. My mind is going to miss something. I feel like the training for me is the best part of this. If you love, you go to train every day, you're gonna be fine, for a long time until really your body give up. But my body's pretty good, and I love going to the gym. I love training. I love learning new things, and every time we show up better than ever. And Saturday's gonna be that. I'm gonna show up better than ever.
All right, Amanda. So, what can all the fans expect to see from you on Saturday night?
I'm ready, Expect to don't blink your eyes, because everything can happen. When you fight somebody like me, you really have to be ready. I'm gonna go step in the cage and then bring it. I nobody's gonna take that belt from me. I wanna make sure everything's sharp, and I'm gonna get the knockout or the finish, the submission. But I will have the hands raised at the end of the night.
Listen, we're going through some weird times right now. I mean, I just saw Masvidal saying, I want more money. It's like the whole fucking world is losing their minds right now, man. It's crazy. So I don't know.
I was going to ask you about Masvidal. What do you make of that? I mean, obviously it's just happened.
I think everybody wants more money. I think everybody wants more money. I mean, in all these other sports, you have, and Masvidal says you got enough money to buy islands. Let me repeat for the fucking billionth time. I did not buy an island. Okay, we did not buy an island, and the reason we're doing the island is so that fights can go on and these kids from Europe and the rest of the world can make money and can work. So I think a lot of people are really I don't know if it's frustrated and confused or what the situation is right now. These other sports are trying to figure out negotiations how people will play for half the money they were going to play for before. And some of these other sports might not even go this year the way that it's looking. Who knows? So people are losing their minds. Listen, whoever wants, I said it when we were going through the pandemic and the media was asking me, well, what if fighters are worried and don't want to fight? Well, you don't have to fight. Anybody that doesn't want to fight doesn't have to fight, including Masvidal and John Jones and all these other guys. And it doesn't have to be because of a pandemic. These guys are independent contractors. This isn't like the NFL where I can make you come to practice and you do this, or you're going to get fined, or you're going to get this. These guys can do whatever they want. They can say whatever they want. I had a big, thing the other day with a reporter about fighter pay. They can come out and tell you what they make any day of the week. They can do any of that stuff. These guys can do whatever they want. so they don't have to fight. And we're not begging people to fight. We're offering fights because in our contract, I have to give you 3 fights a year, right? I owe you 3 fights a year. You have the ability to turn them down and not take them, so they can do whatever they want.